Sorry. I promise not to cry.
You left a group director of finance post.
I was gonna get fired anyway, if I'm being honest.
Oh, you felt it coming?
Yeah, it was coming. I had no savings, Gladys.
Oh, my.
In as much as I'm a finance accountant.
CPAK.
CPAK 11.
Yes.
It's embarrassing. I bought the business with its assets and employees as well. So the employees definitely knew more than I did about the seed business, and they did me dirty a good one. My pregnancy did not have any challenges. Apart from acne, I had acne from my head to my waistline, except on my belly. Very selfish. Oh my gosh, my miracle baby. Our hospitals, Gladys, oh my God. I didn't think she was gonna make it.
And you know, somebody somewhere dropped the ball. What is going through your mind? It's your first baby.
I can remember how strong her legs were. Because it was the first, I don't know how many days, she'd kick when you're changing her diapers. And then now you release the legs, they go like this. How would I put it? I don't know why God gave me this. And so I pray that I find that purpose one way or another, I would say.
Hi there, welcome to Curveballs by Gigi. My name is Gladys Gashanja. By now, I think we put together Gladys Gashanja initials, Gigi. So hey, thank you for talking to us on the socials. Thank you for sharing your stories. I'm meeting new people, and that's one of the things that I love about what I do. And along with it, such encouraging stories. Some of them, they sound like a movie, to be very honest. But the one thing I am so proud of is to see that people are willing to, and some are even waiting for these opportunities to be able to empower other people through their own adventures. So hey, this is Curveballs by Gigi, and our next guest, I actually met her on the digital space. Interestingly, I am meeting her today for the first time in person, officially, but we've been chatting online as if we know each other. We bonded over her stories, we bonded over her life, and I'm so glad to have her across me today. So she goes by digital creator and entrepreneur. She documents her journey to help entrepreneurs build, grow, and scale their business. Right now, this is very big for her. You'll hear more about that. She's also a process automation expert and moderator, speaker. Let's just say this lady can do a lot. So you must also know her as #I'm prepared to entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about Anmo here. Karibu sana.
Hi, Gigi.
Hi.
I can call you Gigi.
Yes, you can. You know, I mean, a space where guys are like, is it Gladys Gashanja? For those that I knew before, is it Glado?
Yeah.
For others now, is it Gigi? Which one it is? They're all my names, please.
Gigi sounds so cool. So,
it does?
Yeah.
Oh, please. Thank you very much with the new season.
Yeah.
So, honey, we've talked about you being a digital creator and entrepreneur. Maybe somebody who's meeting you for the first time. Which came first?
Entrepreneur came first, then digital creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have a heart for entrepreneurship, but let's take a few steps perhaps before all this came to pass. You left a group director of finance post in a very lucrative company in this country.
Yes.
Very gutsy of you. You are a young lady. And you have said it was actually in search of more meaningful work on autonomy. Please describe that. What is meaningful work and autonomy when you're earning so much and are demanding so much clout?
Yeah. So I think my exit from employment into entrepreneurship wasn't by choice, I would say. I was gonna get fired anyway, if I'm being honest.
Oh, you felt it coming?
Yeah, it was coming. It was coming. Me and my direct report, we were not getting along. Okay. So I felt it coming, and I was just like, let me save myself the embarrassment. So I quit before I was fired.
Oh my.
Yeah. But I think that whole process sort of like, it left such a bad taste in my mouth, because I was always like the person who is hired for a job. You go do the job, you do it well, you go home. I was happily employed. I took my work seriously. I was a hard worker. And I felt like that's what you need to secure and secure, like for your job to feel secure, right? Do the job that you're actually hired for. And now experiencing this relationship between me and my boss, and realizing actually there's people skills, there's politics when you get to certain levels in your career, and I think I just wasn't prepared for it. And it felt like I was exposed, because that guy felt like he had so much control over my life at the moment, because I really love my job. It paid really, really well. It had really, really good perks. And, you know, it was a very good, prestigious company, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it came with quite a bit, and I didn't want to lose it, but it felt like it was just slipping through my fingers, and I felt like I'm not in control. And so when I left, I was like, okay, I want to do different. I want to be in control of my own career. So that's kind of what led me into entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at that point, you're feeling, okay, fine, I need to get out of here. I don't want to stay where I'm not wanted anyway. Then you walk out of it. Then the next morning, when people have gone to school, others have gone to work, you ask yourself, what did I do?
Oh, snap.
Did you have that?
Oh, yes. I was just like, oh, snap. Because it was more of, I can't take this anymore. And so I remember it was a Monday morning. I woke up, reported to work. I had not made the decision to resign. But when I got there, I felt so miserable. I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. This life is not for me. So I quit. And then now the next day, Tuesday, you're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I had no savings, Gladys.
Oh, my.
I had no investments, no savings. For some reason, financial management and planning, in as much as I'm a finance accountant.
CPAK.
CPAK.
Yes.
It's embarrassing.
But isn't that the reality for most people?
It is. It is. I mean, I will get my salary. There's more coming. I'm gonna have another salary in 30 days. So
YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Plus, I was young. I was in my 20s.
Yes.
So you live and you learn. But I didn't have any savings, so I just jumped into entrepreneurship without a plan. With no savings and no experience starting anything. I had never done any side hustle. None. I was truly happily employed. And that's why I call my channel Unprepared.
Yes. To
entrepreneur, because it's been quite a journey.
So if you were not prepared, but you knew you wanted to do something, what is it that was calling at you? What was tagging at your heart?
Freedom.
Oh,
that's
okay.
it.
All right, I see.
The path to freedom, I had no clue. What I would do to get there, I had no clue. So I sort of had to try a few things to see sort of like what works. So now that I'm a CPAK, the obvious thing was to offer accounting services. So I started with like offering bookkeeping services to small businesses, which was, oh my gosh, that experience was just... It was so frustrating, because the businesses you're offering bookkeeping services to, they don't necessarily respect the job, because you know, they are small businesses. Most small businesses and accounting, the service in itself is they do it because of KRA, not because
once
they want
a year.
to. Or sometimes once a year.
Yeah.
So they don't respect the service that you're offering. And because they don't respect it, they don't pay much for it or budget for it in that case. And they also will pay, if at all, late. So you can imagine. And to be honest, I also was not enjoying it, because in my career, like it had been like 7 years since I did bookkeeping.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, it wasn't making sense, and then
It
you're
was
putting
frustrating
yourself
for me.
into something. It's not
was,
paying well.
Yes, it's not paying well. It's not paying on time. You're not enjoying doing it. And so I had a moment there where I was like, oh my God, if I can't do accounting, then what can I do? You know? And it took me some time to do like some soul searching. And mostly when somebody asks what do you have in your hand, you have a lot, but sometimes you don't see it. Other people see it, but you might not be able to see it. So it took me a while. I was able to just look at the roles I had held before, the projects I'd been involved in, and basically I was just going through and trying to look at what roles were these, what did I enjoy, and what had the most value in the companies I was working for. Because then if it had value, it meant I can be paid well for it. Yeah. Right? And yeah, that's when I landed on process automation. Okay. I had been involved in a couple of projects where we were migrating like either from a manual system to an automated one, or from one automated one to another. Okay. And so I had my aha moment, and I would say that's when maybe I got some grounding. Took like 2 years.
And it paid better.
It did, but I didn't know what I was doing. Entrepreneurship is different. You would imagine I'm a CPAK, I have a degree in commerce. You'd imagine it would be easier on me. It wasn't, because I was an accountant. I started with spreadsheets. So I had a spreadsheet and company X and you know, all the months tabulated, growth, 10% growth month on month. Hey. With my Excel worksheet. But I didn't have a plan. Okay, this 10% growth month on month, where is it going to come from? And do you have a strategy on how you're going to get 10% growth each and every month? No. Had I ever sold anything? No. I didn't know how to sell. If you've been to most corporate offices, the finance accounting offices, especially when you get to certain levels, at the corner with glass walls.
And don't pass by there when you need approvals.
And half the time they're telling you there's no money, or come back next week, or I'll call you back, or whatever. We're just trying to dodge some stuff half the time. So my networks weren't really great. I didn't build them with intention when I was employed. I didn't learn the skill of selling, which, by the way, if you're an entrepreneur, is like the most important thing. So my learning curve
was quite something. And I love the fact that you have actually tabulated the things you wished you had learned earlier. And we'll get to that in a moment. I remember the first time I ever came across you was on IG, and you were speaking very candidly about failure in your entrepreneurship journey. You were talking about this particular story about the 300,000K loss in 3 weeks. You know the way you're passing through a video and then you hear something and you're like, wait a minute, take two. That's where you caught my attention. What was the lesson there for you?
Don't get into businesses that you don't understand.
Well,
if I'm to sum it up like in one statement. So basically, this was around COVID, and my software business sort of wasn't doing well because offices were closed. So really, it was nothing, no action was happening on that end. And I came across a business that was being sold, basically a butchery business. They wanted to close or sell if they could find like a buyer. So we negotiate and we are able to acquire the shop. But at the time I was pregnant, and by the time the shop sort of changed hands, I'd just given birth to my daughter. And so lesson number one, I bought the business with its assets and employees as well. So the employees definitely knew more than I did about the seed business. And then now I'm in hospital with my daughter, so I'm not there to supervise or offer guidance or any of that. And they did me dirty, a good one.
My friend.
So first 3 weeks, they wiped out all the credit I had negotiated with my suppliers. So that was baptism by fire. For me, I thought, nyama. See, it's just selling meat.
And plus COVID, people were eating either way.
Yes, people are home. How hard can it be? You buy a carcass, you slice it up, you sell to Gladys, you sell to Anne, you sell to the next person.
And you got money.
It doesn't sound like it's complicated, right?
Wrong.
So it sounds simple. It is not. But with strategy, it can be simpler. I would say it wasn't easy then because I didn't know what I know today. If I were to acquire that business again today, I would do way, way better.
So at this point, of course, those thinking of, fine, I want to walk this entrepreneurship journey. I know you've been doing this in your social spaces, trying to tell people, if you want to start, these are the things you need to be aware of. 3 top things that anyone thinking of getting into entrepreneurship should know.
Strategy is important. And I know even I used to hear that word strategy. And sometimes in fact, I thought I had a strategy.
To make money, yes.
Yeah. But in terms of like step by step, how do you intend to make money? I did not have a strategy. A strategy basically should be a simple, repeatable way for you to offer the product or the service to your desired customer. Repeatable. So it needs to be like you need to get it to the T. And I think what most of us have is yeah, they have served a couple of customers, but they don't know how they got to serve those customers, so they're not able to repeat it. And if it's not repeatable, it can't be scaled. So you can't make it bigger than what it is. Number 2, I would say mentorship. In fact, I think mentorship is the first one because it's how you figure out what strategy works for you, right?
Yes.
So mentorship, just basically find someone who's traveled on the path you're about to embark on and allow them or ask them to guide you or guide your steps. For me, I would say I started off because I had a really nice job, you know, senior manager level. I was not 30 yet, so I had really climbed up the ladder really quick, and so I was feeling like I'm smart.
You know
stuff.
it all, yes.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
You're the person people come for advice from,
right? Yeah, so I didn't think I needed it, but it's so critical, so critical. Get yourself a mentor who will walk the path. Today, I also have a mentor. I take that very, very seriously.
By the way, let me just say, rule of thumb, mentorship, not only in business, even in life, please have somebody who is going or has been where you want to go.
Absolutely.
Third one?
The third one was automate what you can. As soon as you find this repeatable process, apply technology to make it easier and more efficient. So I think those are the top 3 things I would
I love that.
pick.
Failure. Most people would rather not talk about them. Why did you choose to?
Why did I choose to? Because I first of all, I thought I was the only one who's failing. Because I mean, every book you read, every video you watch is about, I started with a feather and here we are. But nobody talks about all the things that they failed at in between before they got to where they are. And I think for me, it was more to, first I used to wonder, is it just me? I was starting to feel like I'm a bit dumb. You know, like,
or you're broken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, you tried this, it failed. You tried this, you pivoted to this, you've now pivoted to this. What's happening? And I thought it was a me thing. So I was trying to find community, I would say. Like, are there other people who are attempting entrepreneurship, who are experiencing the same thing? And it's something I really have wanted to do since 2016. I remember attempting it on Facebook in 2016. There were crickets. Nobody was, not even alike, not even friends were reading those things. So it didn't stick. And I was just like, maybe it's just me. Let me just try and figure it out. And then, but that itch was still there. So in 2022 towards the end, I was just like, okay, so there's imposter syndrome, but then there's also that itch that you really, it's burning, you want to do it, but then you're not sure you're the right person to even talk about entrepreneurship. It feels, at the moment, it felt like I needed to have built something significant for me to even speak on the subject. So between 2016 and 2022, those are many years. But one day I was just in traffic and I was just like, you know what? Pick a platform that nobody knows you. That's now me selling myself this story. So I picked TikTok. Most millennials were not on TikTok. And because it had not worked in 2016, I was like, I don't think anybody will care, but let's see.
And it's after COVID, it has a life of its own.
Yeah. So I did a video. At the time, I was experiencing employee theft at another business that we ran with my husband. And I spoke about it and then I posted it. turned off the app, went about my day, and then in the evening I check and it had 7,000 views.
There you go.
And I was like, okay, that's interesting. I go to the comments, there's so many comments. Then I'm like, oh my God, everybody is going through it. And the more I push out content, the more that sort of is validated that actually it's everybody's going through it. Some people are even worse off than you are.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me this. You talked about the many years in between before you started because of imposter syndrome. After that, what did it teach you about how many times we say, am I good enough?
I was still feeling like it didn't take the first video to get over it.
Of course.
It took several. So I was just like, okay, it looks like there's something here. I was looking for community, right? I wanted to find more people like me to be discussing and sharing about entrepreneurship. So basically what I did, I just committed to doing one video a week. Every Thursday, I even picked a day, every Thursday. And sometimes I'd get home like at 10:30 p.m. after like a long day in the office. And I'm like, it's still Thursday. It's not midnight yet. So I'd sit, I used to record on my floor actually. So I'd sit, I record, I edit it and I send it out and then I go and sleep. And somehow it built from there. Initially, I started by overthinking the content. I don't know why I had this pressure to sound smart. I don't know what it is.
Because I'll tell you why. Because everyone on this digital space looks well put together.
Right? Yeah, I had this pressure of whatever you're saying has to sound smart and it needs to be put together. You need to. Anyway, over time, I've simplified what I share. And it's still a journey. I'm not even there yet. But I think the more I do it, or rather I did it, the more I started to see the possibilities. I started to meet interesting people in different countries who were doing fantastic things. And basically it has become my networking space. I don't need to leave my house to meet wonderful people such as yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's been such a blessing.
And the other thing is, you're making money from this. I mean, you got monetized the other day on YouTube.
I did.
This is 3 years later.
So I started on TikTok as just me. Then I'm like, this is only one perspective. Can I bring other entrepreneurs to also share about their journey? So I was like, okay, the best platform would be YouTube. So I still do not have a beautiful set such as this one.
Thank you very much.
You have done so well. But I think mine was, if the content is good, you can make it better later.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I didn't want to make it complex so that I don't give myself a reason not to start. Right? So I started inviting other entrepreneurs to come and share their journey. And sort of now that has grown and morphed into something else. And so now I share other entrepreneurs' journey. And yeah, we did get monetized, which is a really, really good, it feels good that I am able to bring those stories to other entrepreneurs for them to even just be encouraged. But even more than that, I want you to leave my space, wherever you find me, with like an actionable item that you can take and go like, that issue Anne spoke about, she also gave me a solution. I can apply it tonight and make changes in my business. So,
are you not so happy that on that day in your car you decided to start?
Oh gosh, I am.
I love your story, because really what you just described is what our objective on Curveballs is about. Because life handed you one, you figured out how to deal with it, and here you are impacting other people. So kudos to you.
Thank you
so
a
much. Lot of people I know who've met you know you from this side of you.
Entrepreneurship.
But there's much more to you. You're a wife, you're a mother. Let's talk about that side of you now, okay? Because we are all 360. We don't come with just what you see on the digital space, right?
Okay.
So you are married and raising a child living with special needs.
Yes.
And to be specific, cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And I remember watching your videos about entrepreneurship. Then I came back and I met you talking about your daughter.
Yeah.
And my heart swelled with such admiration.
Yeah.
And love and care to what you were doing, because right there you spoke about how two things can coexist in somebody.
Right.
So, our dear daughter,
Yeah.
you talked about the fact that when some colleagues were character developing you, you were pregnant with
Yes,
her.
yes.
A smooth pregnancy in the middle of COVID, born, went well, the birth was good, she slept well at night.
Yeah.
Then something quickly changed. Tell us more.
Oh my gosh, my miracle baby. So my pregnancy did not have any challenges apart from acne.
Yeah, I remember that picture.
Oh my gosh, I don't know what was wrong with her. She made me look so bad.
Do you know they say chicks do that to you and boys make you glow?
Oh really?
Yeah.
I always had a tea when you're pregnant, you're glowing.
Glowing for who?
Yeah. I had acne from my head to my waistline, except on my belly. Very selfish. So acne everywhere, like dark spots, and they are popping every day. So you have some that are like a month old, others 2 weeks old, others a day old. It was terrible. Thank God for COVID, because then I could wear masks.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember when I was pregnant, I used to say, you better come out looking like the freaking sun. After doing
it better
this to
be
me.
all worth it.
It better be all.
Yeah.
So in August of 2020, I did give birth to her. She came out looking like the freaking sun. I swear to God. She was like the most beautiful baby girl ever. So no complications. It was a CS, and we were discharged. And being a new mom, there are a couple of things I'd been cautioned. Whether, like, if you see a child sleeping too much, there could be an issue, or if they are too cranky. Those are like two things to look out for. She loved her sleep. She wasn't a fussy baby, but then now she started sleeping way too much. And when I wake her up to sort of like breastfeed, I'm like, it's been 3 hours, 4 hours. Why is she sluggish? She just wants to sleep. And so I felt that maybe there is an issue. So I called the doctor, and she tells me to go to her clinic. So I go. And we didn't come back home. We were admitted straight from the clinic to the hospital. And I went. We got admitted at the same hospital I gave birth in.
Okay.
Because it's what was familiar, right? So we go. They're running tests, and they're not able to figure out what the issue is. We spend maybe 5 days as they're running different tests. Different specialists are coming and going, and eventually we figure out it's a bacterial infection. She had sepsis. But then now that means it's been 5 days. It's not been treated. Remember, I came early.
Yes.
It's been 5 days, and she's sort of like deteriorating as we go along. So once they figured what was the issue, then they needed to check all her organs, because for a baby, an infection such as that one just starts to affect different organs. And it was confirmed, we did a CT scan, which confirmed some brain injury, damage, I don't know how if I can call it that, and then also pneumonia in her lungs.
Okay.
So treatment was changed, but this hospitals, Gladys, oh my God.
Whew, story of our lives, my God, yes.
So they didn't switch the medication. So she was on the first medication that's like when we got admitted, she was just put on some bacterial what do you call it? What do you call the medicine you're given when you have a bacteria?
Oh, okay.
Antibiotic,
yes.
She was put on some antibiotic just to sort of manage. Then when they figured what the issue is, the medication was changed. But the nurses missed that change for another 3 days. So now it was over a week, my daughter has not received her treatment. And so that brain injury sort of worsened and worsened and worsened. So by the time now, I'm thinking she's getting them, because I can't tell the difference because it's in a syringe, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell that had not happened. So anyway, eventually we get treated for the meningitis and the pneumonia. We were in hospital for like 3 weeks. But by the time the medication was being changed, she could not even breastfeed. I had to feed her through a pipe, where you pump the milk and then you use the pipe to feed her.
The one through the nose.
The one through the nose.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was on oxygen as well. I didn't think she was gonna make it, to be honest. But she did, we thank God.
And she was at the newborn unit at this point, right?
We had to be taken back to the newborn unit.
And you are going through back and forth because you can't be admitted with her. It's too expensive because you discovered that insurance can't cover.
Can you imagine that? They couldn't cover insurance. They said she's a new member. A new member's grace period of 60 days. I was just like, excuse me. They covered her birth. They did not cover her.
I don't get that to date. And I would love to have this conversation with people within the medical space to understand, how do you prepare for the coming of a child, but when they arrive that you don't have anything to cover?
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So basically, I'd go home. A friend hosted me, whose house was just like literally next to the hospital. It was just easier. But basically, I'd be walking around with uji, soup, breast pump, whatever.
The uji and soup is for you?
For me.
So that you can
then
produce?
I'm able to produce the milk and lunch and whatnot. And we'd literally be hanging out with other moms in the newborn unit. They have like a breastfeeding room inside the newborn unit. So you just go chapa stories there as your baby is resting, for example. Before now, you go check on her, change her diaper. That's basically your typical day. You come early in the morning with all your whatevers. You eat, pump, drink, pump, chapa stories, pump. It was, I don't know how, somehow I cruised through it.
You know, within that story, people are stealing from you.
Yes. Would you believe it? As I'm going through that, theft is happening, employee theft. So anyway, we get treated for the meningitis. We were there for about three weeks, so about a month. Then towards the end of the 3 weeks, that's when it occurs to me that this whole thing, I thought we were getting treated and then now she's okay, we go home. She was okay, yes. So she gets off oxygen. Then she gets off the tube thing. She's able now to breastfeed. But she couldn't move her limbs. Hands and like waist down. She was like, I'd say paralyzed. You see, like the way you carry a baby and the hand swings when they're asleep, because that's how her hands and her legs, they were floppy, swinging. So
these are the after effects of the meningitis.
Yes. What now? After we went to see a neurologist, the neurologist called, we did an MRI and he was like, we're dealing with some form of cerebral palsy.
And tell me this. Because there's a point where you mentioned that you also realized that your baby was infected in the same hospital.
Yes.
So you're getting all this information, you have this new reality, and you know somebody somewhere dropped the ball, and all along you did not know.
Nope.
What is going through your mind? It's your first baby.
Painful. Can you imagine paralysis? I can remember how strong her legs were, because it was the first, I don't know how many days, she'd kick when you're changing her diapers. And then now you release the legs, they go like this. She cannot lift her leg. She can't turn in bed. It was terrible. Terrible. And somebody dropped the ball.
Did you sue?
Man. First, I have a new business I'm dealing with.
People are stealing from you?
People are stealing from me. I have a child who can't even turn herself. Then I did try, and sort of like I did some research. And basically, suing would involve another medical doctor reviewing your file, to give their own recommendation, or like just look and say, okay, yeah, this was medical negligence.
Yeah.
And the more I asked around about it, the more I learned that these doctors cover each other. They went to school together. So, in fact, I don't know if the audience can share if somebody has actually sued
and succeeded. Yeah.
And can we be honest? Justice in this country, I don't know, man. I don't know. I chose to choose my battles, and my battles were: I have a child who needs me, and I would rather focus my energies on that than to now start chasing court cases. So I let it go.
You mentioned that on those visits to the neurologist, because a certain reality now dawned on you, your child needed physiotherapy.
Yeah, it's called occupational therapy.
Yes.
So I first, we're going to the neurologist. First visit, those corridors, because it's not just you. You have other mothers who've taken their kids to see the doctor. Some cases are way worse off than yours, such that you don't need to ask the parent. Just by looking, you can tell. It's really, really dire. You know what I mean? And so, like we did, when we did our first visit, we went with her, and the neurologist did his checks and then released us and told us to go and do an MRI. So when we came back for the MRI, we didn't need to come back with the baby, and then that's when now we were given the diagnosis, the cerebral palsy diagnosis. And I remember, I don't know, I talk about this story just because I think personally I was very ignorant about neurological issues or neurodivergent challenges that other mothers are going through. Completely, it's one of those things until it knocks on your door.
Yeah,
it's not like something you've ever thought about. So I talk about it because of that, number one. Because I remember my drive home. Because my husband drove himself. We were coming from our different, I think he was working, I was working, so we met at the doctor's. And now everybody got into their own car and then drove. I can't tell you, I didn't see nothing because cerebral palsy in my head was like, oh my God. Then I went into the car before driving off, Google.
Oh, bad idea.
Cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I am scrolling, I can't breathe. Because, oh my God, I was like, oh, it can't be, it cannot be. So the whole drive to the house and a couple of days after that, it was really, really difficult. Then basically the doctor said two things. Number one, you're going to need occupational therapy. And I was like, is there medication for this thing? There's no medication. So it's not like you can get medication and then you go administer and then your baby is fine. So first, she couldn't hold her neck. So when you lift her, her neck would swing back. So the first thing the doctor said is that if she's not able to hold her neck, she'll forever be dependent. She can't be independent. She'll never walk or sit or those other things. And because there's no medication, only occupational therapy can help. And he recommended we do 3 days, 3 days per week of occupational therapy. And we used to do like monthly visits back to the doctors. So every month we made a booking and we would sit on that line. So the last session you left, you couldn't even drive, you couldn't even see the road, right? It was bad. But you remember occupational therapy, and if she can't hold her neck, she won't be able to be independent. I personally, I don't know what my husband picked, but for me, I picked those two things.
That was your why.
It was more of, it's the only thing I'm in control of. That's the only thing I can apply myself. The rest, this thing, I don't know what the hell this thing is, but those are the two things I know I can do for her, right? So we had met a therapist at the hospital, really nice guy. So because of COVID, we asked, could you be please coming to the house, and he's been her therapy since, and instead of 3 days, if this is a thing that can help her, can we do 6? So he came for occupational therapy sessions, an hour to like an hour and a half, depending on whether she's fussy or whatnot, for 6 days a week for maybe the first 2.5 years of her life. So the next time I went there now for the next month, I remember, I think I got there, my husband wasn't there yet, and I'm carrying her using the baby carrier. And you know, the queue is moving on along, and I sat next to this mother who asked me, why are you here? Like, what's wrong with the baby? She looks okay. Because when you look at her, she looks okay.
Yes.
Until I tell you that story, even, let's say if we are with her right now, you
wouldn't
not tell.
Yeah.
And there were many cases on the queue you did not need to be told. Because they are, oh gosh, mothers with special kids need special, I don't even have that word.
Special grace.
Yeah,
Tell me,
so
that question, knowing that you think you're carrying the biggest cross,
yep.
What did that do to you?
I used to ask, why me? I stopped asking why me, because man, I was starting to feel lucky. Lucky that my situation is not looking as bad. And therefore, like, sometimes I don't even feel like I am the right person to speak about it, because there are bad situations out there. But I think the thing that saved us is early intervention. Because one day I lifted her. I used to take her to bath her. Then I would lift her and her head would go like that. Every day. Every day you do the same. And then one day I just lifted her and her neck stood.
How long after?
Maybe close to a year.
Yeah.
I can't quite remember. Sorry. I promise not to cry.
You do not need to apologize. This is a safe space, as we say. Tell me this. A year later plus could have been children
I
around...
think maybe, I would say maybe 9, let's say 9, 10 months. Yeah, holding the neck. So sitting properly came after. And many other things came after, but yeah.
All this time, you're tending to your child, but you've made a mental note of other mothers you started the journey with. So you can see the kids ticking the milestones. Yours is still trying to lift their head. What's happening to Anne at that point?
I unfollowed those people.
I love how you're so honest about that. Yeah?
I was just like, I don't need this pressure. Some gave birth. They were pregnant after I had already given birth, and now their kids are running around. It used to trigger me, so I mute. There's that mute button.
Yes.
That magical mute button. So I muted most of them. And I think over time I stopped comparing and sort of like accepted. And I started talking about it. I never used to talk about it. And I how would I put it? I don't know why God gave me this. And so I pray that I find that purpose one way or another, I would say. Yeah.
And you might not see it, but you found it, because the other day I remember you were actually at an event where you were able to meet other caregivers that are raising children with different needs.
So this journey has been wild. I'm happy to report that she's making very good progress.
Yes.
She's still not able to walk, but she's okay. We thank God her brain functions okay, so her challenge is mostly mobility. But we're taking it like a day at a time.
And plus she's school going.
Yes, I was going to say that actually.
Yes.
I was going to say that. So we found a school, finding a school.
For a child with special needs.
Man, this country needs a lot.
What is the hardest part of it?
Ignorance. Ignorance. I remember going to a school and I'm trying to explain she might need assistance moving around and stuff like that. And the admin lady just goes like, if it was autism, it would have been better.
Eh? I give you God forbid.
So others will, let me just say there's a lot of rejection. A lot. Mothers with special kids really go through a lot. So anyway, I found the school and the admin there is so nice. And we formed like a second home for her. She loves school. She does not want to miss school. Even when, like I remember, she could not understand Saturdays and Sundays. She's like, it's Saturday, mommy, why am I not going to school? So she enjoys it. And so the teacher also does a lot of community work with persons with disability. And so she invited me for a forum where they were talking about how business owners, or rather they were trying to sensitize, or I don't know if sensitize is the correct word, but basically they want more business owners to give jobs to persons with disability.
Yes.
And it's interesting, sometimes when you're hiring, you never think to make space for a person with disability, right? And so it stuck with me. In as much as I did not have like an opportunity at the time, I was just like, if a moment or an opportunity comes that I see could impact another, let's say, business owner, or give them some sort of a skill they can use to earn a living and so on, I would reach out. So that's what I did. I did how to sell out your product or service on TikTok. It was so well received. It has really, really good feedback from the people who attended. And so I reached out to United Persons with Disability of United UDPK.
Yes.
United Disabled Persons of Kenya. Yes. And we did. I offered to do it for free for as many youth as they could bring together virtually. And I'm hoping I can do more of those. Yeah, it's so close to my heart.
And there you go. You found your purpose. The silver lining to it all.
Right.
Here you are.
Yeah.
Here you are. Tell me this, Anne. We celebrate that the daughter is doing well. She speaks, she loves school. She goes to a school with other kids, even participates in sports days. I'm always on your stories for, how is our baby doing? And even she participated. Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. But I know it stays with you for, I wish she could be like another child, if she could do more. Where's the value of community as you're maneuvering this? Because that was such an intense season. Who held you up?
Who held me up? To be honest, God. Until you've experienced it, you don't understand the weight. So even, let's say, friends, they want to be there for you, but they don't understand the weight. So I have a friend of mine who has a child with also different neurodivergent challenges. I'd say she helped me up in terms of like expectations, things to do, what not to do, what to feed her, to like just make the journey a bit more easier. My mom, for sure. Family, I would say, has really come through.
Right.
So close family members, but it doesn't go beyond that. Beyond just the people closest to you. Yeah, that's it. And even then, not you would imagine it would be more, but they don't know. They don't know it's more. You need more. So.
And is it because you're not asking, or they just want to stay away?
Because listen, what would I be asking? It's more like, come we cry, and then you can't be crying every day, because you see, it's not like you need medication after the occupational. It's more emotional support.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
It's not it's not like, it's just purely emotional support.
You know, this is something I've learned as we go along. Asking for emotional support feels out there because it's not tangible.
It's not tangible.
But literally, when you think it, it is the lifeline you need to show up fully for this baby who's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So just saying, just come and be with me.
I hear you. I would say I was also kidogo ignorant. Me, I was thinking, in like 3 months, we're good. Occupational therapy, 3 months. I didn't understand the weight of it. Remember, I'm a new mom.
Yeah.
So most of it hit me harder when now I started, the differences were clear. That these are the children born same, that are age mates with my daughter.
Yeah.
And now this is the actual difference. And then now you compare and you're like, oh my God. This is, for me, I was just ignorant. My husband for sure knew more. He was devastated at the beginning. Then later on, he's like, we're going to be okay. Mine was, no, we just need occupational therapy. I was like, I had blind optimism, I would say. So yeah, but you know, I've managed. I can't say I lack emotional support, at least from the close people, the people closest to me.
Yeah. I like something else you say, or actually describe yourself as. You are the glass half full person, always have been, and perhaps that's what saved you from yourself.
For sure.
Can you think back to perhaps how you grew up, what you were socialized to that made you this kind of person? Because this is intense.
Glass half full as opposed to half empty. I don't know. I think it's just something I have. I feel like it's a personality. It's just God who made me this way. I can't say it was my upbringing, or I don't know. I just like to look at things positively. Even let's say in business, when things go south, I'm like, okay, wow, this is not good. It's not looking good. It's really, really bad. What can I do? What am I in control of? It doesn't make sense stressing about the things you can't control. You're better off focusing that energy on the things that you can control. But I would say, because this one is motherhood, it stings.
I know.
It stings a little.
It does.
A little bit more, yeah.
And would you change anything about your life if you're given a choice today?
Would I change anything? I want to say no, but to be honest, I can't wait to see her walk one day. Yeah. I really do.
I know, Mama. I know. Ooh, that's a tough one. It's a tough one to see and to be constantly reminded of the milestones your child is missing out on, even when you're not asking for the feedback. That's difficult.
You see it. I think it's harder for me than it is for her. She's just living her best life.
This is all she knows.
It's all she knows, yeah. But yeah, if I had to change anything, that I think I don't want to.
Describe Anne before and Anne today.
Before motherhood?
Is there a difference?
Huge. Huge difference. I think this journey has made me a more empathetic person, for sure. Yeah. And sometimes I learn so much from her because she's so resilient. She doesn't give us trouble by the if there's a therapy, whatever thing she needs to do, she's always participating, and she's always like, look, mommy, I can do this. Look, mommy, I can do this. And she's made me stronger, for sure. Yeah.
That resilience oozes from you, for the record.
Oh, really?
So yes, Mama, you're doing well.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
As we bring this to a close, what would you tell the younger Anne to seek, to hold on to, and to be wary of?
To hold on to and to be wary of. Oh, that's so deep.
And start with seek.
Say that again.
What would you tell her to seek?
To seek. seek mentorship for sure. Sooner, seek it, and don't just look for one person. Different people will help your journey in different ways. So seek it actively, but also show up as the person who can be mentored. Yeah.
And what would you like her to hold on to?
Hold on to, I don't know.
The positive attitude, perhaps?
Hold on to the glass half full.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, but then if there's any mom, let me now speak to the mom probably going through this. There's a lot of stigma about, even sometimes you don't even want to confirm like you can see a child, there are certain things that you're not sure, and you're afraid, you don't want to confirm it. But the longer you wait and the longer treatment is delayed, the worse off it's going to be.
Yeah.
I know there is a lot of stigma. There are a lot of maybe even your partner is not being supportive in terms of actually going to seek help. But please do, because we have hope today with my daughter because of that early intervention.
Yeah.
That commitment of let's move from 3 days to 6 days, and then staying consistent, and then having a community around me. Sometimes sometimes I'm not strong, but when I'm not strong, there are other people who are around me who show up for her as well. So yeah, seek the help that you need. The sooner the better. You don't want to wait and then have to regret it. Yeah, early intervention is everything. And if you want to see my daughter's journey, like step by step, you can go to my stories. Anne Muhia, you'll be able to just see the progress. And I hope it inspires you to action.
It's actually titled My Miracle. So
My
it's
Miracle.
very easy to find.
Yeah.
Ooh, I cried. So I totally get you. My dear, thank you for being so strong to tell this story.
Yeah.
And I think in itself, Anne confirms what we're talking about here on Curveballs. Everyone has two sides to their story. People are celebrating the digital creator, the entrepreneur who's helping them change their own lives. She looks all well put together. But today, you learned another side of her story. Oof. But both those two things can actually coexist, and clearly you can still thrive.
Yes.
Thank you for your time, Anne.
Thank you, Gladys.
And more grace to you.
Yeah.
As you continue on this journey.
Thank you so much. I love the journey that you're on with Curveballs. I think it's going to inspire many, many people. You're going to tell many stories.
Thank you.
I can't wait to watch them all.
Thank you for trusting me with your story.
You're welcome.
I don't even know what else to say, but let's keep sharing. Let's keep talking. Let's be authentic. It's okay to not be okay. And not everyone, not even anyone has it all together. Somehow God made it that way. And the more we tell these stories, the more this becomes a reality and something we can be comfortable with. See you soon.
Bye.